You good to go? Hey, it's Dux here again from Dux Mechanical. Had a couple of videos lately, have been a bit shit, so the camera lady's back on the job. New camera, so you might be able to see what's happening. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about wiring and how wiring is so important. Really important. It is the backbone of the motorcycle. If the wiring is no good, effectively the motorcycle is no good. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you today is this button here on the starter. Okay, so if you're buying a motorcycle and it's got one of these buttons on the starter, it actually is the first thing to warn you that the wiring on that motorcycle is dodgy. Okay, and I can't emphasize it's as soon as this motorcycle came in with this button, I went, oh god, here we go, you know. But hey, it's my thing. I enjoy doing wiring, but this is how I do it. This button, watch out. You're going to buy a bike with this button, don't buy it if it's got this, right? So when I come to do wiring and rewiring jobs, I always try to salvage as much as I can. So on this motorcycle, I started at the back of the bike where the problems really were. You can see here we've got a blinker unit with the wrong coloured wires. You can sort of see here, you know, this is your classic. So we've got orange, white and brown, all going into a mass blob under here, and then it comes out with two red, which is just a joke, really. God, it's just, you know, another one here, this, you know, red into orange, and then red, and then these crimp-on joiners. Now, is something that I want to say to you guys about these crimp-on ones. You get them from Repco and various places. They don't work on a Harley Davidson. They'll work for a short amount of time, but what happens is the vibration. The vibration of a Harley is quite a lot, and over the period of time they actually vibrate loose. Yeah, it's just a joke, really. What else? So you can see I've worked from the back of this bike forward, and basically I just keep chopping it out until I find something that looks like I can use again. On this motorcycle, this wiring was inside the frame here, and as you can see, somebody's been in here and done a few joins. In actual fact, some of this it's been done quite well, but the fact of the matter is every time you have a join is another where you're going to have problems. More joins, more problems. And that's the truth of it. Now, on this piece of the loom, if you can understand, I've already chopped 12 inches off it, which has had the problems, and we still got more joints. These joins I couldn't even see until I pulled it out of the frame. Right. So we move along, and when I first looked at this wiring, you'll look at it and you'll think, oh, it's a bit of a nightmare, but to me it doesn't look bad, and I thought, oh, I was quite actually pleasantly surprised. But then I start having a bit more of a look in detail, and then I pulled the switch block unit off, and straight away I see a funny coloured wire here. I'm not sure what that, whether it's a faded orange or, but it's, yeah, it doesn't look right. I look in here, and straight off we've got a problem, right? Because blue is lights, it's not ignition. And then we've got two floating wires here, which is another warning that something's done something wrong. So that's the wiring code. Even this, I thought it didn't look too bad at the beginning, but then I get down here where it comes out of the bars. I'll just get the right one. So it comes out of the bars. So we've got blue, green, brown, and black going in there. Some of those are the right colours. But then we get down the other end where it comes out, and hello, blue is gone. What's happened to blue? Blue's no longer there. So somewhere in those handlebars is going to be another dodgy join, and you just know it, you know. So you know, so grey should be ignition. I don't know whether up in there it turns. Yeah, it's just this doesn't even look like proper wiring. It looks like, I don't know, it looks almost like computer wiring or something. Okay, so that's that whole left hand bar loom's got to be completely redone. And and at this stage I'm thinking, you know, it's just so much quicker for me to fully wire the bike. I usually take photos like this. Today we're doing a video just to show how bad it can get when Brian and the crew get in there, eh? You know, like, geez. So, in this piece of wiring loom, you know, it's probably, some of these wires are getting up to 6-7 joins, and like I said, every join is a nightmare waiting to happen. Right, the other thing I want to talk to you guys today, which is gonna upset a few people, but that's what I do. I'm pretty good at upsetting people. Is if you look at these braided lines here, they look really cool, but that's about where it starts and ends. From a mechanical side of things, it's just a joke, really. Honestly, so what these do is basically they just flash up your oil lines. But the problem is with them, if there is a problem behind this braided line, like it is with this motorcycle, you know, I want to see the condition of the oil line. If one of these oil lines blows while you're riding along the road, you will not know unless the oil falls on the back wheel and you start sliding all over the road. So effectively, you pump out the oil from your engine onto the road because you've got this mecky braided line, right? And effectively, you stuff your engine because it's not got any oil in it anymore. So now, just don't do it. The other thing that I really don't like about this, it's the same thing as with the wiring with these oil lines is that the Harley vibrates, and the lines do this, right? And what they do is that braided stuff literally soars into the motorcycle. Now, if you go around the other side here, love, you can see here quite plainly, right here and behind this, and behind here, look, you can see quite obviously where this fuel line is literally sawn into the aluminium. Now this bike on the speedo, it says it's done 10,000 clicks. You imagine what that's going to look like after 50,000 clicks. It'd be, you know. So they saw in there, and the biggest thing what I hate about them is that when they saw into that, you get these little sprags, and they're like little needles, and every time the mechanic touches them, it gives them a jab with a needle. I just got jabbed then, touching that bloody one down there. And you know what I want to do? Take it out, put it onto my chopping board with my axe, and chop them into little bits, because I hate the bloody things, eh? So, yeah. Anyway, that's my rant today. Yeah, that's about it. I think I've covered my bitch for the day. I hope you guys are well and happy and enjoying yourself. And yes, I forgot to hold my stomach in. Have a good one, guys.